Good evening, sir. We are interested in a short trip along the bayou into the nearby swamp.
My mouth, nobody but some fool go in that swamp at night. Come back tomorrow. Old Champagne take you then for a fact.
No, sir. It is of the gravest importance that we could go to the swamp, and tonight.
No ways to get there. Listen, you have some boat hereabouts. Now, I can sell you the boat, but tell you true, you get your own selves to the swamp.
I believe we can find some manner of payment that you will find satisfactory. We shall return.
Well, we do have this bottle of champagne.
Will this cover the cost of a boat?
It been kept in a bad way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you is them planks from the woodpile around there.
And one of your lanterns.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Anson.
I'm sure that champagne was worth more than a lantern and some old planks. Oh.
Would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with these wood planks?
We are searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about, Holmes?
Who indeed? Well, there is one character who we have seen but have not actually dealt with until now. And that character is the raccoon. Now, the reasoning behind this is, if we go back to this page here, I mentioned before about raccoons placing their nest in a tree, but it's also at any height. And we know that Arneson lost his right hand with the signet ring, and carrion is a main part of their diet. So it's pretty likely that the raccoon took the hand back to its nest. So,
The facts speak for themselves, Watson. The key that unlocks Anson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same severed by one of his kidnappers when the poor man clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing hand and its ring. I noticed their tracks nearby, and no doubt they have a nest in this area. Find the raccoons and we find our hand.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
okay, let's go and find some bait, which isn't too far away.
I'm going to set this outside to attract the little devil.
Nice flies. Hi, Watson.
Watson, there's the nest. It's on the roof above the balcony.
Okie dokie. Sorry, Watson, you missed it. I will probably mention right now, well, I will mention right now that it's going to be a gore warning. You probably already suspected that we're going to see a severed hand, and you'd be right, so look away now.
Excuse me, madam. I'm merely passing by with no wish to disturb you, although I'm sure you found Mr. Arnson to be a man of good taste.
Okay, we're done. Oh. For some reason, we kept this ladder in our pockets, but we don't want to remove it just now.
What a splendid weapon.
Indeed, it'll be of great advantage in the swamp. Here is what we need to buy a boat.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson. Forget the gun and see to the ladder, and quickly.
Yeah, I'm not really keen on having a firefight.
Let's go, Watson, to the port. Have we enough to buy a boat, sir?
For sure.
Excellent. Could you tell us the best way to reach the swamp area nearest to the rich parish?
That's simple enough for any fool. Sail along the river crook and keep close to the shore.
There is one last service you can do for us. The boat from which we disembarked is scheduled to leave tomorrow for Europe. Could you take a message to the crew for us? We may need for them to hold their departure until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will do.
And one last thing. How may we identify Old Sam's racks from any others?
Old Sam's racks be marked with blue and white tops.
Now, Watson, let's explore this swamp.
So, to successfully navigate around, and I've kind of got lost before, let's refer back to... No, there it is. So, search for Old Sam's racks, pass in front of the Demon Rock, take a left in front of the jellyfish. So yeah, this was kind of like a map. It kind of reminds me of a couple of puzzles from Monkey Island.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
I don't think that it's too far away, but you can take some wrong turnings. There's some more racks. Oh, just a warning as well, the jellyfish tree may not be keen to some people. Wait, which way do we go now? This is not Old Sam's racks.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
I need to find the Demon Rock. which I believe is here.
Blood!
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
This is the jellyfish tree, and you probably will notice some bodies hanging from it, so... Again, if you're not keen on...
But what is this horror, Holmes? Where have you taken us?
Near the goal, Watson, near the goal.
Yeah, it's not exactly too detailed, but I wouldn't look too closely if you're not keen on that kind of thing.
Good God! Look in the water! What monsters!
No, Watson, they are crocodiles, and apparently not very accommodating.
I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
We must find some enticing food to lure them away from here, Watson. Let us think.
Holmes, I've failed to see how they feed these creatures, and do not rely on me to dive in.
So, we don't really have anything in our inventory that crocodiles would like.
Bravo, Watson. Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
Okay, I'm going to give another gore warning here, as there's going to be some quite detailed, lovely things to see in a minute. I will let you know when it's over.
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late.
Pitiable and blind fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now, his servants are coming across his kingdom, and the enlightened will give up their flesh to him. All will be present for his awakening. Do not fight the calling! Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
I've got it, Holmes!
Thank you, Watson.
This sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he? A good number of people have been here, not long ago, and indeed not freely.
I thought that there was another sequence here, but I could be wrong. Anyway, let's move on. Hello there. Nice to see you again.
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage.
Something tells me that we will be leaving very shortly.
Holmes, help me to carry him to the boat. I really can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
Why the devil, that'd be Arneson.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arneson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found your fella.
My God, can it be true?
Sure enough, as he say.
What have they done with you? Oh, my poor love.
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount, and belongs to Mr. Arneson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then.
I will take good care of you. You'll see, my love.
About Arneson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now, that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave. Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes! I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson, each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now, get on with your task and leave me to mine.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point. Wouldn't you have some other task, which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.